Suzuki. Caulfield. Hudson. They'll work it around. Hudson. Suzuki. Back to Lane Hudson. Laine thought about the one-timer. Rips and score! Welcome to the Bell Center, Patrik Laine!
Can't write it any better than that for Patrik Laine. Back at the Bell Center, his first game as a Montreal Canadien, and Ryan Pulock, you cannot give Patrik Laine that much time and space. He's got way too good of a shot. He gets it on his stick, underhandles it, and then rips it right past Ilya Sorokin. Really nice job. You can see him lean right on that stick.
Cole Caulfield brings it in himself for Laine. Patrik Laine, wrist shot blocked. Laine reaching for it. Suzuki's got a hustle and he holds it in. Hudson, Laine, waiting, shooting, score! He did it again! Patrik Laine! Power play goal! 2-0 Montreal! Power play goals for Patrik Laine.
Patrik Laine loves the Bell Center. He takes a shot. It gets blocked. Nick Suzuki does a great job keeping this in. And Carrier doesn't have a stick, so he can't go out and challenge Patrik Laine. And Laine rips this puck. It's a great pass by Lane Hudson, but what a shot.
Lane Hudson angles the pass. Suzuki, Slafkovsky flings it wide. And agrees to the point. Great hustle by Hudson. Suzuki. Laine, he scores!
Patrik Laine is a threat, and everybody knows where he is. Everybody in the building knows where he is right now. That play, it's a key for the Montreal Canadiens, Hudson, to work across that line. That's a lot of work on the blue line. When you can fake shot and slide it across the seam to Patrik Laine, a confident, happy, excited player. Boy, he's got this building in this town electrified right now.
Jams it along the wall. Slafkovsky moves it for Cole Caulfield. Suzuki. Slafkovsky at the goal line. Caulfield. Slafkovsky. Suzuki. Across. Laine, one-timer, score! Patrik Laine with a rocket, and yep, that one counts. 2-0 Montreal.
Over-aggressive by the Buffalo Sabres, all on one side of the ice, and that leaves Patrik Laine wide open in his one-timer position. Nick Suzuki does a great job to fend off the pressure by Tuck in the middle of the ice as everyone converges on him. Laine's wide open, and he picks this corner perfectly right over the blocker of Luukkonen.
Patrik Laine to Suzuki. Hudson at the goal line. Hudson. Suzuki. Drop pass. Laine. One-timer, score! He doubles down. Patrik Laine. Another rocket. Power play goal, and it's 4-1 Montreal.
Foot far out, and still he hammers it past Luukkonen. What a shot. All starts with Lane Hudson in that distribution position at the side of the net, but that is a slow-moving pass to Patrik Laine. Now, it doesn't help that Luukkonen can't...
Laine, Suzuki, Nick Suzuki, Lane Hudson, still with it, thought about the shot, stick handling, Hudson, Caulfield, Laine, one-timer, score! The hat-trick, 3 power play goals, he lights up the Bell Center.
Montreal Canadiens, and it all leads to Patrik Laine getting his 3rd goal of the night. Same setup they had before. Lane Hudson doesn't want to waste this puck. He doesn't want to get rid of it. Not looking to shoot it. That's fine. And then Laine, who's outside the dots, further away from the net than on his last one, leans into one and beats Luukkonen again. No screen on this one. That's Laine versus Luukkonen. Laine gets the most of them. 3 power.
Laine to Hudson. Lane Hudson, Cole Caulfield on a 3-game point streak. Hudson, Laine, one-timer, tip, score! The tip in front! Uri Slafkovsky got the stick on it.
Broke it on its way to the net. Seider goes down on one knee to block this thing, and Laine's always thinking one-timer. If he has a chance to take this shot, he's going to take it, and as the puck gets worked around, Raymond's late getting over, Seider tries to block it, and that's the redirection that ends up beating Cam Talbot as Laine leans into this one. Off Seider, bounce.
Slides it over to Nick Suzuki. Dropped it back, Slafkovsky's got it to Laine. Laine for Caulfield. Nick Suzuki sets it up. Hudson to Laine. He'll hold, throws it in front, scores! I think Patrik Laine's done it again. Caulfield's pointing to him.
Is pointing at Laine, which tells me this did not go off of him. This will be Laine's goal, I believe. And, you know, you're waiting for the one-timer, but he stops it. And that little hesitation that you think, if you're lying, you thinking he's one-timing this, but he doesn't. And then all of a sudden, he spots Slafkovsky. He goes for Slafkovsky, and it goes off the defenseman and into the net.
Lane Hudson moving up. Checks his options. Suzuki. Down low to Hudson. Hudson back to Suzuki. One-timer block. And he scores!
I love this because oftentimes on a 5-on-3, everyone tries to be too cute. And as a result, time winds down and winds down. And you don't get enough of an opportunity with the 5-on-4 advantage. Here, Laine wastes no time. You know he's going to blast it. They caromed off something on the way in, but it starts with Hudson. He'll pick up an assist here. So it goes around the horn.
Actually traveled here early, got a full practice day. The crowd buzzing as though and had the puck, but Carrier played him well. Here's Laine the other way. Patrik Laine cruising in, drops it off. New look in front, across, score! Patrik Laine buries it. That's a 5-on-5 goal. 2-2 game.
Recognizes that there's an opportunity to create an odd man rush, and Carrier never hesitates. So when the play comes up here to the blue line, Carrier is in perfect position to deliver the puck. Just a fantastic defensive play by Carrier, and then just a real good little play back.
On the right side for Slafkovsky. Here is Slafkovsky, watched by Nyes. Hands it off, and it'll come back to Hudson across. Laine scores! Another power play goal for Patrik Laine. 10th power play goal of the year.
Yeah, and just, you know where the puck's going to come here. Timmins just a little late getting there, and you see a bit of a deflection. It went through his legs, but Laine, this has been his spot. Talk about an impact that he's had off the inside of the leg of Timmins. You see the reaction of Joseph Woll. He thinks it's coming into his body instead.
Patrik Laine has the puck through center. He'll weave in. Gouli in. Gouli across. Score! He did it again! Patrik Laine! OT winner! And the Montreal Canadiens beat the Rangers 5-4.
And a resilient effort. It starts with Laine. Move through the middle, drive right to the net. You have a forward-playing defense in Chris Kreider, and no one's able to get back to take Laine's stick away. Jonathan Quick, who had such a great game, a big reason why the Rangers are able to get a point. Can't grab this one with the glove. Laine elevates it perfectly, and that's the game. Canadiens win. Big.
Suzuki won the draw. Here comes Hudson over to Laine. Scores! Patrik Laine snaps a 10-game goalless drought, and what do you know?
The draw for Ottawa. You lose the draw clean. Hudson could have walked right in and ripped this thing. And you could see Highmore, he's kind of caught in between. And as he goes to move over towards Laine, he goes, man, Hudson's going to walk in and tee this up. So he doesn't. He adjusts back to Hudson, and when he does, Hudson lays it into the wheelhouse of a guy who has scored many.
And that was a really good job by Montreal, making sure that they had their men in front of the net, boxing out, sticks lifted, and all Carolina could do was send it into the corner.
In comes back up high. The shot on Anderson fought off. Carrier winds up, deflected, trip, score! Tipped in front.
When you weather the storm in your own end, you get to play in the offensive zone. That's exactly what happens for Montreal. The first line does a good job keeping Carolina to the outside, and now the back line hops over the boards. It's a simple shot to the net, but Laine deflects it, goes off two Carolina players. Be interesting to see if Owen Beck gets the last tip on that, but it's a rolling puck at the point.
Nick Suzuki over the line again. He'll shoot it in. Laine hustles over. Slafkovsky's got the puck. Hudson. He'll set things up, walking the line. Leaves for Suzuki. Suzuki. Laine. One-timer score! Welcome back, Patrik Laine.
Loading up and bearing it. Patrik Laine does exactly that. Watch the court here. He can kind of see where Suzuki is. He's got his eyes on it. He's ready. No way. Late. But Patrik Laine makes a lot of goaltenders late in that spot.
He just brings that element, Craig.
Laine has got it. Hands it off. Slafkovsky throws it in front. Suzuki was here, trying to tip it. Laine, fan on it, got it back, and his shot goes wide. Caulfield for Hudson to Laine. He'll hold, shoots, scores!
And the Canadiens stay with him. Hudson rolls it around. The passing was fast. It got around the horn so quickly.
Collected by New York. Pajot reaching for it. Laine keeps it alive. Caulfield. He'll slip it across. Hudson waiting, dangling. Hudson in front through the crease. Slafkovsky down and out. It comes up top. Suzuki. Laine score! Open net! Power play goal! Patrik Laine!
The risk is he's got to make the challenge. Now, so here's the battle. Sorokin and Pelech, they're all tangled up in the post. You got to get yourself out of there. He does. Now, that's a problem. He takes a path back through the crease. Watch where Slafkovsky's skates go. If he's outside the crease, it's okay.
Montreal down 3, extra attacker out. 3:20 to go in the game. Laine, side of the net. Oh, what a stop. Harrison. Laine again, score! Second effort. Patrik Laine, 6-4 game. What a night.
They can't sort things out, and Laine's going to be left all alone at the side of the net. The play starts high in the zone, and Laine sneaks in undetected. Suzuki does a good job to get it off his skate right back to Laine. As Suzuki was looking to shoot it initially, fanned on.
0 for 1. It comes to Hudson at the line. Lane Hudson for Nick Suzuki. They were 0 for 2 versus Carolina. Suzuki. Space. Thought about the shot. Drops it off. Hudson across. One-timer score! Patrik Laine. Power play goal. 1-0 Montreal.
Off a one draw, when you don't get it out, all of a sudden you can make plays. And obviously, Suzuki walks the scene. He draws both forwards, and that opens up the Hudson to Laine look. But Bobrovsky's got to respect Lane Hudson. He starts to creep down in the shooting position, and a quick pass, and that's what Patrik Laine can do. Doesn't matter how far out he is, doesn't matter how tight the angle is. He can find it. He just got to get himself into a passing lane, because the shooting lane's never a problem. And it's one thing to pile up the points, always impressive, but to do it in this time of the year, in this situation, makes it even more.
Lane Hudson, dish across, Laine, wrist shot, score! Patrik Laine, 20th goal!
Class release from Patrik Laine. Just absolutely unreal. Lane Hudson going the bypass all the way across, and from the toe of his stick, UFC Stars has seen that many times with the national team.